Let's see. So Miguel versus MrYo. This is going to be the best of 3. There we go. And we're going to be seeing Arabia. Miguel's going to be playing red. Is that right? Yeah, he's going to be playing red. MrYo is going to be playing blue. On the east, he's going to be playing Celts, and Miguel on the west is going to be playing Aztecs. So we're going to talk a little bit about the civilizations, and then we're going to focus on the maps, possible strategies, unit choices, and whatnot. For Aztecs, they start with plus 50 gold, which means basically free loom, other than the 25 seconds of research time. Also, military units get created 18% faster, except for monks. Villagers can carry plus 5 resources, which means that you're gonna have to micro your shepherds over here, otherwise you're gonna get your TC idled. And finally, the monks get plus 5 HP per monastery research, or for monastery completed research rather, so they get the best monks in the game. They also get all the monastery techs, of course, being an infantry and monastery or infantry and monk civilization. For MrYo, on the other hand, playing Celts, he is getting 15% faster working lumberjacks, 15% faster infantry units, 25% faster shooting, siege weapons, and also they can convert sheep even if there are enemy units close to the sheep. That is quite good, and we have seen people use that to lame in the past. Right now though, Miguel is going to get one villager idle, trying to pull the boar right here. MrYo, very nice guy, sending the sheep back. And yeah, let's take a look at the maps. So back gold for MrYo, that is quite good. The main gold on the back, secondary gold on the back, or stone, sorry. Main and secondary stone on the back. He does have a secondary gold kind of on the back. He can potentially wall this, should not be too difficult. Other than that, the main gold is super forward. Not too far away, but it's around the woodline and it's also touching a lot of trees, so it's not going to be easy to saturate this. He's probably going to need a TC or something here to secure this area. That is, if he does not go aggressive, of course. Finally, the third goal is forward as well, so he's going to be relying either on this one or, yeah, I think that's probably the safest one for him. Miguelzin, on the other hand, gets the main goal on the back. That is fantastic. The main stone is in the south, secondary stone in the south as well. Not good, to be honest. It's going to be kind of cumbersome to mine from. Fortunately, you don't usually use a lot of gold miners, so it's not going to be an issue that he has a couple of trees touch in this mine. But other than that, secondary gold, northeast. And where is the third gold? Super forward. Very close to MrYo's first gold, or primary gold. So yeah, Aztecs of course can go for infantry units, Celts can go for infantry units, Celts also get fantastic siege. Aztecs get good siege as well, siege onager, siege ram. Great monks of course. We have seen Aztecs being used to great success in arena, going for monks and siege push. So having Eagle Warriors means that the other guy is not going to go for range units. Even then, Celts don't really have a lot of range units, or don't have very good range units, to be honest. Only Bodkin Arrow and Leather Archer Armor for crossbows. They don't get Arbalest, they don't get Bracer, don't get Ring Archer Armor. So it's going to be most likely infantry and siege for the Celt player, although he can potentially go for cavalry. Celts do get paladin. They are not the best paladins. They only get chain bardin armor, which is +2/+2. And they don't get bloodlines either, but they do get paladins, so yeah, for whatever that's worth. We have seen some people do that in the past, although kind of a trolly move. This time around though, MrYo is going to go for a couple of militia. We already have a couple of militia from Miguel going forward. And starting with the extra gold means that you can go for either an additional militia, you can go for the man-at-arms upgrade without having to mine additional gold. Let's take a look at this. There we go. So engagement coming up, Miguel going for loom, MrYo already almost there in Fuel Age. We have a lot of villagers for Miguel, so he's gonna try to go for Fast Castle. MrYo saying, fight, coward, don't go away. Right now, it should technically be better for Miguel. He is not engaging though. The issue here for him is that he started running away, and because Celt infantry is faster, MrYo was able to start chipping some damage off these units. If Miguel engaged head on, he probably would have won the fight. Because of the Eagle Warrior, the Eagle Scout, sorry, being stronger than the Scout Cavalry in Dark Age. That could have been good for him, but he didn't want to engage. He was probably trying to save his units to try and be annoying and do some damage over here to MrYo's villagers. But instead, he's going to be left with only one militia, not full HP, around 2/3 HP. And then the Eagle Scout super weak. Fortunately, he was able to wall his home map over here. Yeah. Now MrYo is going to get there with a couple men-at-arms, which are going to be quite strong. This should not be an issue for Miguel though. MrYo, usually you want to support your melee units with some range, so MrYo is going to send a couple of archers forward. These archers are not going to be a significant part of MrYo's castle army for sure. I don't think he's going to invest a lot into archers, especially because of the fact that Celts don't get good crossbows, don't get arbalists of course. Aztecs actually do get arbalists, they don't get thumb ring, and I believe they only get bodkin arrow. Oh wait a moment, no, they get bracer but they don't get ring archer armor, but they still get arbalist. So it's a lot better range units than Celts. It's going to be an interesting fight for sure. Blacksmith coming up? Potentially market? No. Okay, that's going to be a house. MrYo going with the 4 buildings. That's the archery range that he is training archers from. 2 archers already over there. Is he gonna send the 3rd one? Okay, there we go. 3rd one on the way. Potentially 4. Actually, he's trying to surround Miguel with archers. That's a very aggressive playstyle over here for MrYo. Gonna manage to successfully break through, and now a couple of Minotaurs and a couple of archers are in. Should not be a huge issue though. TC is there to protect this area. And if this remains walled, then I don't think MrYo is gonna be able to break through. Oh, he's going for the 4 towers though, denying the resources. And this is kind of resembles Aramis' playstyle. I kind of think of him when I see this. A very systematic resource deprivation or denial, I guess. Causing your opponent to go away from all his resources, all the resources that they need. Especially because Miguel was trying to go for Fast Castle. If he was left uncontested, he would have been able to successfully do so. But right now, he's gonna be struggling. That's one villager that's most likely gonna go down. Yeah, this is very inconvenient. Alright. Okay, I think that tower should get denied now. But MrYo is doing a great job over here, trying to defend his builders. A couple of archers. Oh, that's great play, that's great play. Potentially both villagers gonna go down. Yes, they should. They should. Okay, that is very good defense from Miguel, who is now going up to Castle Age. So MrYo, what is he gonna do and what can he do? This tower is very good. That tower unfortunately did not pan out for him. Probably would have tried to build it over here instead. Gonna lose 2 villagers as a result for that. How many military units do we have here from MrYo? Only 2 men-at-arms, 5 archers, 6th archer going in. Miguel spotting the 2-4 villagers with the Eagle Scout. Now, because Aztecs get Eagle Warriors, these units, at this point they are Eagle Scouts, but when they get upgraded to Eagle Warriors, they're going to be very good against arrows. more HP, they have high pierce armor. And all those archers should be going down for sure. But I want to see how the Celt player is going to deal with Eagles. So champions, of course, or rather militia line of units, long swords, two-handed swordsmen, men at arms even get bonus damage versus Eagles. That's potentially one choice for the Celt player. That's probably... Wait a moment. Miguel did not see this. He had the Eagle Scout, but he did not see this. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Now Red is in Castle Edge, going for chainmail armor for the +2/+2 defense. But the tower is going to go up. And archers are gonna deny this wood, so he's not gonna be able to take this, he's not gonna be able to take this. He's gonna have to go with Eagle Warriors or something to try and get this down, otherwise he's gonna be starving for wood. There's fantastic play from MrYo. Once again, very, very systematic. Villager count now 2 higher for MrYo. Should be a little bit more though, in my opinion, because of going up to... Miguelzin going up to Castle Edge. Although now that I think of it, 2 villagers going down for MrYo means that he should be 6 villagers ahead. And going for wheelbarrow, which I assume he probably did. Yeah, means that he should be 3 villagers ahead, which is exactly the case. Okay, never mind. MrYo is doing quite alright. There we go, a couple of Eagle Warriors going forward now for Miguel, and that's going to be great raiding potential over there for Red. Market coming up for MrYo, trying to go for the walls. These walls should not be going up on time. Miguel is going to... Yeah, he's going to spot the villager. He's going to deny this part of the wall, which means that he's going to be able to get inside, potentially wreak havoc here. Although this could be easily wallable for MrYo. Oh no, Miguel! Why? Is he gonna go back and try to do something here? Is he gonna try to use those units to defend? That doesn't seem to be the case. He had the potential to go in. He was able to go in. He should have been able to go in, rather. He's gonna go around now instead. So he probably was expecting the men-at-arms and the archers to go back. Okay, so it seems like he spotted those with this eagle and this militia. He's not gonna be able to engage this though. Archers are not gonna be a huge threat, but men-at-arms do have bonus damage. Yeah, that is not going to be a good fight for him. He needs a little bit more units. That's going to be 11 at this point, actually 12. That's going to be 12 Eagle Warriors at this point. Oh, and the engagement! MrYo not paying attention, gonna lose a lot of men-at-arms here for free. Archers are going to go down for sure to Eagle Warriors, no problem. But let's take a look, how many men-at-arms do we have left? Only 3. About to be only 2, about to be only 1, about to be only 0. And that's 0 men-at-arms left. No archers, of course, and Miguelzin about to go forward with 10 Eagle Warriors. And contested here to do a lot of damage to MrYo's eco. So palisade walls are not going to be very, very effective versus Eagle Warriors. At this point, those guys are powerful enough that they can take those down for sure, no problem. But still the situation is kind of even. MrYo is going to fall behind by 2 villagers. And the good thing about Miguel is that he doesn't have to go for wheelbarrow to get the same eco power than Celts. Of course, Celts get the 15% faster working lumberjacks, but getting +5 carrying capacity in your villagers means that your farmers are going to be as efficient as wheelbarrow villagers. As a matter of fact, Aztec villagers with wheelbarrow or Aztec farmers with wheelbarrow, I believe they can carry 19, if I'm not mistaken, 19 resources, 18 or 19, I believe it's 19, and then with handcart that is just insane. I saw it the other day, I can't recall what it is right now, but I think it was something in the order of 24 or something like that. Just insane. Anyway, these units Forging coming in, that's going to be +1 attack on these units. Second house coming up now. With 2 villagers, that house is going to go up faster than this one is going to go down, so this is not a good spot for Miguel to attack from. He really should try to target this palisade probably, or this house. Castle coming up now for MrYo, so we're gonna see Woodies, Wood Raiders. Town center coming up for Miguel, that's going to be the second TC. And if he can hold that advantage, he should be able to get ahead a little bit. MrYo, already behind by 3 villagers, is only now building the second TC, so that's going to be some good advantage potentially for Miguel. Anyway, third TC coming out for the Cal player. That can potentially turn things around. And the good thing for him is that if he only goes for 1 castle Wood Raider production, he can afford to just boom a little bit, as Eagle Warriors are not going to be good versus Wood Raiders. And what is Miguel gonna do? So he's going to go for Monastery, a couple of monks. I don't think monks are going to be especially effective versus Wood Raiders. These units, not only are they quick, they are also kind of cheap and quick to produce, so it's not the same as converting a knight. There's going to be 1 conversion and 1 monk going down, potentially another monk gonna go down as he gets out of the monastery in just a couple of seconds. Third TC coming up now for Miguel, that's going to bring some parity to both players in terms of TC counts. Okay, that's good. Miguel, realizing about that, he's going to garrison the monks instead of sending them out right away. A couple of Wood Raiders here, that's not going to be enough to offset this huge number lead by Miguel. But if he keeps producing and if he manages to hold on over here, he should be able to defend. Now, Miguel's not going to commit here. He does have the numbers. He should be able to take this engagement. Oh! MrYo going for the pinching move. That is great game sense by Miguel. Just expecting that and going away. Alright, so he saw the Wood Raiders going back. The 4 Wood Raiders going back, so he knew MrYo was gonna try to pinch his army. There's very good awareness. It's going to be 3 months of gold premium as a giveaway for today's stream. It's going to be given away at the end of the stream. Yes, there we go. Okay, this engagement could be favorable for MrYo. I'm not really sure about the numbers. That is 20 Eagle Warriors. That is 16 Wood Raiders. I don't think that is a bad engagement. That is 18 Wood Raiders right now. He should be able to clean this up for sure. 1 conversion is not gonna be enough, and this is so bad. That was such a bad engagement for Miguelzin. That Magnet is going to go down for sure. That is 11 versus 8. 6, 5. Yeah. 5 Eagle Warriors. That is not good. There are 9 Wood Raiders left alive right now. This should be a great engagement for blue. More HP, more attack, same armor. Even fighting uphill, he's gonna be able to take a favorable engagement. So 1 monk is going to be there left with full faith. Not gonna be able to pull a conversion though. And we're gonna see MrYo going for Woodies and Siege for sure. Miguel's gonna try and build a castle though. Where's he gonna place it? Over here. It's going to be good for defending this area with the farmers and whatnot. Not really sure about that location though. This is kind of exposed. This is super exposed. This as well, and this as well. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. Okay, counter tower coming up, counter castle coming up now for MrYo. That is 14, I believe. 13 Wood Raiders, 3 monks, Aztec monks taking Magnus shots on the face, no problem. No sweat, man. I don't think... okay, he's gonna lose the monks if he doesn't move them away. I think they are in range of the castle. Yeah, rip. This is a great comeback for MrYo. Miguel was able to go for fast castle. He had a good chance of getting in here and start raiding with eagle warriors. He had a good chance to engage over here when there was only a handful of wood raiders, but he didn't want to commit. And now he's gonna start falling behind. As we can see, the villager count is about even though Miguel got up to castle age a lot faster, got the second TC up faster as well, was trying to commit to military units, but failed to adapt to the wood raiders. So what can Aztecs do? Monks are alright, but not if you lose them like this. Yeah, that is not good. That is 3 monks going down, 0 conversions. And that is not even the only 3 monks. There's been a couple of monks here going down as well, with very few conversions, so it's a very tricky situation right now for Miguel. He could potentially go for crossbows. I'm not sure though, crossbows are not very good versus a large mass of wood raiders either. Game seems to be shifting in favor of MrYo quite decidedly, with over 3 times the military numbers. About same amount of villagers. Miguel gonna try to go for Imperial Age. But I don't think it's a good timing, man. He does not have any units to defend here. He only has 6 military units. He is not completely walled. Spending all those resources to go up to Imperial Age, and what is he gonna do when he gets up? Is he gonna go for Elite Eagle Warrior? Oh, Jaguars are great. Jaguars are a great response. There we go. Yes, Legend, you're right. Jaguars are a perfect response. Unfortunately, they get in a run though. Let's see. Imagine Jaguars versus Wood Raiders. Who wins? Jaguars, yes. That's a good unit choice. I almost always forget about Jaguars because it's very rarely that you see them on pro games. But they can be quite effective. Of course, you need to force an engagement because Wood Raiders are faster, so they can just run away. Or if you're getting raided by Wood Raiders, you need to be chasing them constantly, otherwise they can just move. And there we go, we have still Wood Raiders, and these are the Woodies that were getting chased away by Jaguars. Now they are over here and they're gonna start doing some damage, potentially. Or maybe MrYo is not gonna... Okay, he's just going to go away. Alright, no biggie. Blue now halfway up to Imperial Age as well. Miguel going for plate mail armor, that's going to be +3/+4 armor for Eagle Warriors. Or for Jaguars rather. Jaguars, yeah, there we go. This is good for Miguel. Gonna manage to control the damage over here. Potentially gonna lose a couple of villagers still though. That is very annoying from MrYo. That is so macro intensive for both players. Anyway, that castle is surely gonna go down now for MrYo, which means that he is gonna need to build another one potentially if he wants to keep up with military production. He already has 2 here on the back. Miguel, on the other hand, also has 2 castles, so right now both players are in parity in terms of castle count, which means that production should be a lot more equal. I believe Wood Raiders train a bit faster than Jaguar Warriors though. Let's take a look at this. This is a very good unit choice. Celts don't get good archers. They can potentially go for scorpions here, maybe. He's gonna try to convert the units. Okay, he can try to do that as well. Celts don't really have great monks. But they still can get the job done. Tertiets from Miguel are pushing quite hard over here, taking siege workshops down, so he was expecting the Scorps. Now he's going to push forward. That's 3 siege workshops from MrYo, potentially going for even more. Not really going for any more. Okay, there we go. Another one coming up. Heavy Scorpions already. Conscription coming up. Heavy Scorpions are going to be so effective versus Jaguar Warriors. What is Miguel gonna do? He can potentially go for Onager. He can potentially go for a couple of Eagles. Although it's going to be a very micro-intensive battle right now. As MrYo is gonna try to defend the Scorpions from Eagles with Wood Raiders. But Miguel is going to go around and try to do some raiding over there. That's a good call. You can always sneak a couple of units into your opponent's eco and wreak some havoc, especially if they are open. Over here, MrYo has already... yeah, he is already opened over there. Let's see. We'll tap +2 versus Eagles. Yes. 9 Jaguar Warriors. They're gonna do some damage here, but I feel like he's gonna lose his entire army. I don't think it's worth it at this point. He really needs to keep the military numbers up. Oh, that is good, that is good. That's great game sense. MrYo was trying to go... oh, I thought he was gonna try and go for a castle over here, but Miguel... on point. Gonna get the castle up here. Gonna push MrYo away from this gold. Blue, on the other hand, trying to send Wood Raiders around to do some damage. Let's take a look at this. Oh, that is brutal. Take a look at the damage the Jaguar Warriors deal to those units. Block printing, Theocracy, and Heresy coming up for Miguel. Block printing is going to be especially good. I'm not sure if he went for Redemption already, but that can be quite useful as well against Scorpions. Let's take a look. Two trebuchets getting deployed over here to fight this. It's going to be a trebuchet war. Some Jaguar Warriors here doing some damage to this TC. I don't think they're going to be able to take it down. They shouldn't. We're going to keep an eye on this, so we're going to leave those units selected. But that is great! 3 Heavy Scorpions getting converted already. Potentially 4. That is quite good. That is exactly what Miguel needs to do right now. He really needs to counter the Heavy Scorpions with something. Eagle Warriors are not going to be a choice because of long swords, actually two-handed swordsmen and Wood Raiders, so going for monks is especially good. Now the chariots are going to get picked up by Miguel. He's going to have to take care of those champs. The Jaguar Warriors, yeah, they don't want to take the TC down anymore. They are going to start raiding the wood line over here. MrYo with a very swift response is going to go immediately and garrison all those lumberjacks. More trebuchets here in place for MrYo as well, going heavily into champion. If we take a look at the villager distribution for both players, we can see that MrYo has twice the amount of farmers, the same amount of lumberjacks, but those lumberjacks are going to be much more effective for Celts, of course. Stone, on the other hand, Miguel's still mining stone, so he's going to be able to go for castles soon. Gold miners, a lot higher for MrYo. That is quite surprising. Okay, there we go. So Miguel's going to start taking some gold now. And look at that strategic positioning of units by Blue. 3 trebuchets are going to start taking this castle down. They should be able to. Although we can see a couple of Jaguars here that he can potentially use to take those down, as these are basically unprotected. Okay, there we go. So Scorpions are going towards the trebuchets. 2 trebuchets by Miguel are going to start taking down the siege workshops. An additional castle is going to come up now for him. That's going to bring the castle count up to 4 to 3 after this one went down. Those monks can be quite effective. They can convert a good amount of heavy scorpions. Military units though, heavily in favor of MrYo, or at least 33% larger military. Three trebuchets. as well. Yeah, he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage with those. 2 Lone Wolf Raiders are gonna start killing villagers over here, denying the gold once again. Very, very good game sense and map awareness by MrYo, who is denying the gold over there. Is gonna start picking villagers over here with 4 Wood Raiders, and Miguelzin does not have anything to counter that with. And we have some light cavalry. Oh, this is going to be so good for MrYo. He's got such a military lead. 50% higher military right now. The Jaguars are going to be very, very effective versus the champions, and as you can see. Yeah, that is quite good. Still though, monks are going to need to convert potentially scorpions or something else. Miguel is going to call the GG as the castle goes down and the light cavalry push the monks away. That is a very, very good textbook game by MrYo, who is going to get the first victory for a partial score of 1-0. So we're gonna take a look now at the achievements. We're gonna jump into the second game quite soon. KD almost 3-2 in favor of MrYo. Wood stone collected higher for Miguel. MrYo getting more food and gold, of course. Gonna use the food and the gold for military units, for infantry units, champions. He did a very good job. And I think Miguel was probably a little bit wasteful with his gold, even though he did not mine so much gold. He spent a lot of that in monks that he did not use properly in Castle Age. Technology stats, faster castle and Imperial Age time for Miguel. More researches for MrYo though. Potentially with the stronger eco because of that. Total castles 5-4. The final count was, I believe, 3-4 in favor of 3-3 or 2-3 in favor of MrYo actually. Taking many castles down with trebuchets. Villager high, slightly higher for blue. And the timeline, when it seems like it was all but over here, MrYo coming back from the dead, take the first victory. Perfect, right? We're gonna change it here as well. There we go. So second game of the best of 3 series between MrYo and Miguelzin. Another Arabia map. We don't have the spectator overlay, so we're gonna restart this. There we go. To Miguel. The interview is over already. It was... Yeah, the interview was at the beginning of the stream. If you want to check it, you can see the VOD. It was during the first 10 minutes or so. It's probably gonna go up on YouTube as well. It was in Spanish for anyone interested. Mem was translating on chat though, so that was quite handy. If it ends up on YouTube, I'm gonna try to add the captions myself. What is an Aramis? An Aramis is an aspiring expert. Alright, so let's get back into the game. Miguel versus MrYo. Miguel gonna be playing in green with Portuguese. MrYo is gonna be playing in blue here in the southeast with Byzantine. So it's going to be Gunpowder Naval versus Defensive Civ. For Portuguese, let's talk about the bonus real quick. So they get ships with plus 10% HP. That's not going to be relevant here in Arabia. But getting 15% cheaper gold cost for older units is going to be relevant for sure. So 15% cheaper in terms of gold. Other than that, they get access to Feitoria. Feitoria is a building that produces resources that we don't really see in pro games because they take 20 population. Still, MrYo playing Byzantines. Byzantines have a bunch of bonuses. For starters, they get plus 10, plus 20, plus 30, and plus 40 HP on their buildings per age. So Dark Age 10, Imperial Age plus 40%. Other than that, they get free Town Watch, which is quite good for defending. They get 25% cheaper Camel Line, Skirm Line, and spear line, they get 20% faster attacking fire ships. And finally they get 33% cheaper Imperial Age cost, so that is quite good as well. Now, because they get extra HP on their buildings, they don't get masonry or architecture, but they do get hoarding, so castles from Byzantines can be quite tough. Taking a look at the map, MrYo has back secondary gold, main goal is going to be forward, and the third goal, where is it? I think this is his third goal, is actually very far away. MrYo getting a kind of a bad map over here. A couple of elevations here as well, very close to home. Over here, Miguelzin is going to get back secondary gold, another back secondary gold, and main gold is very close to the TC, towards the southwest. Because of the wool lines here, the wool line generation, I believe that he should be able to close this fairly easily if he wants to wall himself, which most pro players want to do. And this is actually a very good map generation in terms of walling potential. He can wall here, he can wall here. Only the northeast area is open, but he can manage to wall that for sure. He's probably gonna have to leave this gold outside the wall, so MrYo on the other hand is getting some good walling potential as well. Yeah, both players are going to be fine. MrYo though, very unfortunate gold generation, secondary and main goal super forward, and on a hill even. The stones are super forward and far away as well. MrYo is getting overall a very crap map. All that he has going for him are the woodlines he's gonna be able to use for walling. Miguel, even back stone. Okay, so I'm not sure. I am favoring Miguelzin's map generation this time around. I believe he has a superior map. He's gonna go for barracks. So what can Portuguese go for in terms of military units? They get good infantry, good militia line, but mostly they get fully upgraded arbalist, so they can go for archers, and that is good. They don't get great siege, they get good boats as well, of course, but they are not going to be going for those in Arabia. So archers, they get alright cavalry as well, it's not the best. Probably comparable to Byzantine cavalry. Of course, Byzantines get camels, so it doesn't really make sense to go for knights or light cavalry. From the castle they can produce the organ gun, which can be quite powerful. We have seen players use them quite effectively in the past. Notably, an Orton guy comes to mind. I don't really know why. But MrYo on the other hand also gets fully upgraded arbalist, so both players with great archer lines. Byzantines don't get good cavalry either. They get good infantry though, and halberdier can be especially deadly. Fuel H now finished researching for MrYo, or for the Yo. Miguel on the other hand, gonna be there a couple of seconds later, going up with one extra villager though, so compensating for it a little bit. 4 militias going forward. That scout getting aggroed by MrYo. Yeah, that scout's going to go back now. Not gonna be enough to fight 4 soon-to-be men-at-arms in one scout. So there we go, Miguel hitting village, going straight into men-at-arms. MrYo going for double beat axe. Gonna start queuing a couple of scouts. The scouts can be alright. Two scouts already, third one on the way. So going for scouts, of course, is a choice in Fuel Age. If you go for scouts, usually you don't go for bloodlines, so it's not necessary. And you want the stable in case the other player wants to go for cavalry. You can potentially go for camels, of course. I'm kind of surprised not to see MrYo going for men-at-arms instead. Probably not feeling comfortable versus Portuguese men-at-arms. Gold units are cheaper for Portuguese, maybe that's why he didn't want to engage into that. We're gonna have 4 scouts instead. And I believe Miguel's gonna see the scouts. Yeah, he had the line of sight and I think he saw them because he was trying to micro his spearmen. So he should be expecting the scouts over here. He already has 1 spearman in place. He's not gonna queue another one, and 1 spearman is not gonna be enough versus 4 scouts. This is not good. This is not good. Taking some free damage over there though. MrYo is going to lose 1 scout, potentially another one to villagers. And only 2 scouts left. He might be able to snipe a couple of vills over here though. Let's take a look. At the very least, he should be able to get some idle time. Okay, there we go. So that's 1 pick and go away. And now he can start using those scouts to potentially pick another one. But over here though, back at home, MrYo is going to be getting some trouble by those men-at-arms who are going to pick 1 villager for sure. KD 3-3 for both players, same amount of villagers. Military units, 3 times as much for Miguel. Getting some defensive spearmen over there, getting offensive men-at-arms and the scout. A couple of idle units over there by MrYo as well. Let's see. All right. Archers coming up now for MrYo. Yeah, that is going to be very effective. Once again, Byzantines do get fully upgraded arbalest, but he is getting pushed away from the gold. Very unfortunate gold generation over there. Only 1 archer, not going to be enough versus 4 men-at-arms. A villager is going to be not so much low HP. But yeah, super unfortunate for MrYo, and I have to wonder if he actually scouted this area or not. He knows about it. I'm not really sure why he's going for the forward gold. He probably did not notice that there was a back gold over there. I think that's quite unlikely, but I'm kind of puzzled right now why he chose to go for that one. On a hill, super forward. Miguel should be able to pick a couple more villagers over here. MrYo miraculously holding on to the villager count. Same amount of vills for both players, despite Miguel going heavily into aggression over here. Scout coming down, villager coming down. 2 men-at-arms left for Miguel. And yeah, that's going to be it for Green's aggression. We're gonna see the Portuguese guys switching into stables though. Okay, that's going to be 3 scouts. 4th one coming up. MrYo as he switches into archery. We're gonna see a bunch of scouts coming up now for Miguel, who is playing this quite well, reacting quite well. Let's see over here. Yeah, MrYo is going to lose 2 to 3 villagers here for sure. Potentially even more. There's 1 villager down. 2 villagers down. Going away with enough units to pick up more vills. Over here, MrYo is gonna try to get a tower up. Miguel is going to spot it. He's going to send immediately scouts forward. Couple of villagers as well. That is so bad for MrYo. He's going to lose 2 additional villagers. He's already 2 behind. Miguel going for wheelbarrow. Is still gonna remain with the villager advantage after that. I'm not really sure how I feel about skirmishers and spearmen. Of course, they are cheaper for Byzantines. They are not very powerful. They are just going to be good for defense, of course. Miguel paying attention over there. MrYo with 3 villagers behind. losing the 4 of those, of course, and Miguel switching into archer ranges. So we're gonna see archers. Are we gonna see archers and scouts? Or are we gonna see skirmishers and scouts? I would probably say archers and scouts would be the best. Trying to pick the spearmen with the archers and trying to pick the skirmishers with the scouts. We might see skirms though. Archers, perfect. Yeah, scouts and archers, of course, scouts and skirmishers, of course, are very food intensive. You want to go out Castle Age eventually, of course, so makes sense to go for scouts and archers instead. Sending a bunch of villagers forward. MrYo is gonna try to do damage right now, as he knows he is probably a little bit behind already. 300 score difference, 5 extra villagers for green. And yeah, towers should be coming up now for MrYo, although he has been spotted, and Miguel is gonna try to go forward with a couple of scouts, or actually gonna try to defend or scout with a couple of scouts. There's only 1 archer over there for MrYo. That is not gonna be enough to prevent that tower from coming up. That's a huge amount of skirmishers though. Those are going to get pushed away by villagers even. That scout's going to go down to the spearman for sure. One villager going down, but Miguel is gonna manage to bring the defensive tower up. So MrYo is not gonna be able to build his tower anywhere near that wood line, which means that those 4 villagers are going to be kind of idle right now, only building houses that he doesn't really need at this point because he already had enough room to grow his population. KD though, 3-2 in favor of Miguel. About to completely destroy this army from MrYo, and I believe this might be an early GG. As MrYo is about to lose the entirety of his army, he's going to get a bunch of 4 villagers getting destroyed here. And that is not good. Miguel receiving some free hits over there by the spearman, although he should be able to get rid of it. Now what remains of MrYo's army is going to go down for sure. A couple of spearmen going forward though, that's going to push scouts away. But they're not going to be able to do any damage. These villagers forward by MrYo are going to go down for sure. Either to vills or to military units. Miguel has what it takes. And that is going to be already 9 villagers advantage right now for Miguel. MrYo is getting kind of close to clicking up to Castle Age, and Miguel on the other hand is also very close.
Hola.
Hola. More villagers potentially going down? Yeah, the spearmen are going to be invaluable over here or priceless. Yeah, this is fantastic for Miguel. Let's see. Alright, so those scouts are very effective against MrYo's army. Miguel getting scale barred in armor. This and this is a very heavy field of war. There's a good engagement over there for MrYo. But still, the KD overall is quite bad for him, even though he was taking a bunch of scouts. Now Miguel also gets a couple of skirmishers as well. MrYo going for forging, so both players were very close to clicking out to Castle Age. Now they are both investing heavily into Fuel Age, so this is going to extend into a very long Fuel Age game. I was expecting both of them to click up. That's not the case though. MrYo is gonna call the GG. as he is going to lose that forward tower and potentially even more villagers. With already a villager advantage of 10 extra villagers for green. There's going to be a new score of 1-1. And that's going to bring us the third game of the series. So let's take a look at the KD. Almost 2-1 in favor of Miguel, taking beautiful engagements. Food, wood and gold collection higher for green as well. MrYo only higher stone collection. Fuel leech faster for MrYo. Unfortunately not able to do damage. Villager high 49 versus 39. That is very depressing for MrYo, and that's going to be a very well played game by Miguel. Now of course map generation was quite in his favor, but he still managed to take proper advantage of it, which is something you gotta learn how to do. There we go. So welcome everyone, third game of the series. Miguelzin is going to be playing Goths in the southwest. MrYo is going to be playing Byzantines in the southeast. So northwest versus southeast. Byzantines, we have already gone through the bonuses in the past. We're gonna go through them once again. So 10, 20, 30 and 40% more HP on their buildings per H. They get free town watch. Fire galleys can attack, or fire line units can attack. Actually, I think it's fire ships. I think it starts with fire ships that can attack 20% faster. They also get 33% cheaper Imperial Age cost and 25% cheaper Spear line, Skirmisher line and Camel line. Miguelzin, on the other hand, playing Goths, he is going to get +5 bonus attack versus boars. He's going to get +15 carrying capacity for his hunters. Also, infantry is going to be 35% cheaper, starting in Fuel Leech. And they are going to have +1 attack versus buildings. Is it what, +1 or +5? I think it's +1. I'm quite sure it's +1. Yeah, +1 attack versus buildings. Perfect. For team bonus, Goths infantry, or actually barracks, work 20% faster. For Byzantines, I believe monks can heal 50% faster, so that is going to be good for him as well. In terms of unit selection, potentially Goths can go for infantry. Well, that's the strong thing for them, right? They get decent cavalry up until Castle Age. And yeah, siege is not very good for them. They're mostly a latent civilization that you spam units with. Huskars, being the unique unit you train from the castle, are going to be especially strong versus Byzantines, as Byzantines get only trash units that are cheaper, and then they get fully upgraded arbalists. But Huskars have very high pierce armor, base pierce armor, so they're going to be great versus any sort of archer. We can potentially see Byzantine champions. They do have a good line of champs or militias. They don't get blast furnace though, they only get iron casting. On the other hand, Goths don't get plate mail armor. They get only chainmail armor, which is the +2/+2, which is quite alright in terms of the existing balance. But anyway, villager count exactly the same for both players. We're gonna take a quick look at the map. Miguel is gonna have a secondary gold and a third gold kind of on the back but far away from the TC. The main goal is going to be forward, very close to the berries. While for MrYo, he's going to get the main goal north. He's going to get the secondary gold super far away, and the third goal kind of far away as well. So yeah, secondary, third goal very far away for MrYo, main goal kind of far away and forward for him. I would say probably Miguel's got a better map generation in that regard. He's got a back main stone as well, while MrYo, the main stone is on the back as well. But very open over there, and also behind an or under an elevation. Wood lines for both. Miguel's gonna have 3 wood lines on the back. And MrYo is gonna have 1 on the back, 1 on the side, and the rest of the map is going to be arguably quite open. So yeah, I would say for sure, probably a better map generation for Miguel, and if he can seize that and take advantage of that and potentially try to push for Imperial Age and get a great eco going, he should be able to get this. But MrYo being MrYo, you can never rule him out for sure. So what are we gonna see here? I don't really know. Archers are probably not gonna be an option for blue, so it's gonna have to be the champions or cavalry. Cavalry is not going to be stellar versus gods either because of 35% cheaper infantry, even though Byzantines get 25% cheaper spear line. It's going to be cheaper for gods to produce those, and it's also faster because of the 20% faster working barracks. Anyway, both players going up now to Fuel Age with only 4 seconds of difference. Almost perfect time. Let's take a look at this. Couple of militias coming up. And by yellow, hello man. Okay, so this kind of weird. I was expecting Miguel to try and go for Drash FC, potentially push for Imperial Age, try to boom a little bit and then push for Imperial Age. Both players going kind of early up to Fuel Age, and we're gonna have 3 militias already, 4 militias even coming up now for Miguel, so he's not gonna try to push for boom. MrYo was gonna try to go for towers. He was probably expecting Miguel to go for Drash FC. He's gonna try to go forward. So we might see a tower war, which should be going in favor of Byzantines as they get the tankier buildings. Let's see. Oh! That wolf went down fast. Where's the 4th militia? The 4th militia is going to stay behind, alright. Archer range is coming up now for MrYo, and he's gonna go for archers. Interesting. So that is good. Gods only get good anti-archer units starting from Castle Age, so they can potentially get quite damaged by archers in Fuel Age, and we're gonna see skirmishers though for MrYo. Interesting. So it's going to be spearmen and skirmishers. And towers, okay. The 3 men at arms from Miguelzin are going forward. Military count 5 to 4 right now. Okay, there we go. Starting to harass the villagers over here. MrYo is gonna disrupt his opponent's eco. And with all 4 villagers, he's going to take 1 down from Miguelzin. Is going to build the first tower, and that is a beautiful tower that is going to deny the main gold and the berries. Fortunately, Miguelzin does have 2 other golds. I'm not really sure. Okay, so he knows about this one, he knows about the other one as well. That is very unfortunate and inconvenient. I'm not sure if he should have tried to take this gold instead because it was far away from the initial tower. Not gonna be able to take gold from here, and now he's not gonna have the resources to build another mining camp over here. So it's going to be a trash. A trash. Miguel not able to do anything here. MrYo taking the preemptive measures to keep his villagers protected. So yeah, Miguel's gonna be just fighting to defend here. Not gonna be able to do any damage forward. 1 extra villager for MrYo as he took 1 villager down from Miguelzin. Yeah, the situation is not looking good. Miguel could potentially try and take this gold over there. I'm not sure MrYo saw that. No, he didn't see that, so that would be the 1 gold to take for green. But MrYo is doing a very good job over here. Denying resources, taking the deer from Miguel. And he's not overly producing units either. He's really sticking to the initial army of 5 skirmishers, 2 spearmen, 1 scout. So arguably Men-at-Arms should be able to take all of that down. We are going to see Miguelzin bringing his army back. But MrYo, with a very nice eco leave. Gonna be saving farms because of going to berries and going for the deer as well. He's gonna be actually with a comparable amount of farms. We're gonna take a look. Anyway, that is potentially a good engagement for MrYo. He does have the ranged units, even though they don't deal a lot of damage to the Minotaurs. He can potentially try and kite the MTA. Yeah, there we go. That unit should be going down. Over here though, we have some stone collection coming up for Miguel, which means that he should be able to go for additional defensive towers if needed. And I believe he is going to need those. He's going to need those over here, especially now that MrYo is going towards that area. Let's see. And hello, Project Belgium. We have the Aspiring Expert winner right here. We interviewed the Silver League winner for anyone who is interested in the beginning of the stream. It was in Spanish, but man was in chat translating everything. So very nice. Okay, let's take a look at this. That is a failed tower for MrYo, but that is a lot of skirmishers. The spearmen as well. Spearmen are going to be good. So skirmishers are countered by both Minotaurs and scouts. However, Minotaurs are kind of slow. They cost gold, which Miguelzin only now got access to once again. It's a very systematic push over here for MrYo once again. Kind of resembling Aramis playstyle a little bit, or maybe Aramis playstyle is kind of resemblant of MrYo's playstyle. Anyway, systematic push here. Not sure if he's gonna deny the tower. I don't think he's gonna pick villagers here, but he can potentially deny it just by sheer numbers. Miguel's gonna try to bring a lot of villagers though. That tower, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. That's very unfortunate. I think Miguel's probably been a little bit stubborn here. The tower is going to end up going up for sure, but that is not ideal. This one should not have gone up. That villager is going to go down to skirmishers now. Even though skirms don't deal a lot of damage to villagers, that's still 11 skirmishers with 4 shots. They should be able to take villagers down. Former aspiring expert, current expert, yes. Man, I'm really looking forward for an aspiring experts 2 type of thing. It was such a blast casting that and seeing those guys in action. Alright, so 9 villagers gonna start taking wood over there. This is some damage control by Miguel. He's fortunately getting back on his feet with the same amount of villagers, although I would not be surprised to see that MrYo has a wheelbarrow already, maybe? Yeah, that makes sense, because he should be a little bit more ahead. Situation for Miguel, I think it doesn't, right? Yeah, he doesn't. So that explains why MrYo has the same amount of villagers, even though he was super aggressive. Anyway, blue going up to Castle Age right now. Taking a look at the resources, we can see that Miguelzin is getting kind of close himself. He almost has the gold already. 15 gold that he is missing. MrYo doing a very good job scouting with the skirmishers, pushing the villagers away from gold, which means that now the market's gonna need to be used by Miguel to actually go out to Castle Age. So food is already enough. He's gonna have to sell 100 wood, there we go, and he's gonna click up right now, but he's going to go up 1 minute later, I believe, probably 1.5 minutes later. Let's take a look. He should be able to click up now. Oh, he didn't finish the blacksmith. Okay, there we go. So green is going to be up 1 minute and 24 seconds later than MrYo, and at that point I'm not sure if it's gonna be over already. So skirmishers of course are not gonna finish the game here for blue, but going up to Castle Age so fast means that he can potentially go for elite skirmishers. Elite skirmishers potentially with Bodkin arrow can be quite deadly to villagers. Let's see. As a viewer, you love seeing the rare maps too. Hey, Belgium! I think I did not ask you this during the interview, but I would like to know, so probably you can answer in chat. What would you change about the settings? Is there anything you would like to, you think would improve the experience for the players? If you change something from the settings? I should have asked this to Aramis as well, I'm gonna ask him later. Because personally I feel like the map pool was solid, the settings were solid as well. But I think probably Continental is not tournament ready. I have seen many instances of Continental being extremely unfair. Yesterday in Aramis versus Mikey, Aramis got a Continental base with 5 golds and Aramis only got 2. And I have seen that happen in the past. We have seen boars getting bugged as well in the mainland or in the middle island with no connection to your base. Anyway, MrYo here, kiting the villagers away, is gonna cause some idle time. Both players now in Castle Age. Those skirmishers are not gonna be upgraded to elite skirmishers. Instead, MrYo is gonna go for... Let's see, for what? For a 4 castle. Okay, that's gonna seal the deal for sure. There's a fantastic aggression by MrYo. Those skirmishers have already paid for themselves. Look at the villager count. That's already 11 extra villagers for MrYo, and he is not even going for extra TCs yet. He's going full aggression. Mangonel out now. That castle for Miguelzin is gonna come up for sure faster than MrYo's. Oh, or maybe not. Or maybe not! A lot of villagers going down. That's 3 villagers already, potentially more. That's 6 villagers going down. 29 4 villagers going down now. Miguelzin getting destroyed by a single Mangonel now. MrYo is not gonna be able to get that castle out, but the damage, man, the damage. 25 villagers for Miguelzin. 43 villagers for MrYo. That is an advantage of 18. At 26 minutes, 27 almost. Taking so many villagers with only skirmishers. And taking so many villagers with a single Mangonel man. That's gotta be the GG. Now MrYo is gonna send half his eco forward to finish that castle. And that castle, you can trust me, it's going to go up. But oh boy, now it's going to be an uphill battle for Miguel for sure. Going for Huskars, not really with the resources to research Anarchy. These Huskars are not going to be enough to deny the castle. They are going to take a couple of villagers for sure, but they are not going to deny the castle at this point. 95%, 96, 7, 8. Yeah, villagers are going to go down for sure, but the castle is going to go up. That's a small price for MrYo to pay. And one indeed, blue. Now he can hop onto this tower, defend the castle with it. That is just a beautiful castle position. Because of him being Byzantines, he gets 30% more HP on this castle, which means that the castle war should be going his way. Miguel's gonna call the GG, and the final score for the best of 3 between MrYo and Miguel is going to be 2-1 in favor of the Chinese player. Perfect. Alright, Continental should have been replaced with something like Island or Team Islands. Would have loved to see a draft instead of free pick. To get no mirrors. Okay, makes sense. Let's take a look at the achievements. Thank you for answering. Let's see. So KD, about the same for both players. Keep in mind that a lot of those units that MrYo lost were skirmishers. A lot of the units that Miguelzin lost were villagers, so not even close in terms of value. Food, wood, stone, and gold collection higher for MrYo. Very well played. Very nicely. Yeah, that was just steamroll starting from Castle Age. That was very well played. We're gonna go back now and we're gonna jump into the next series of today's stream, which is gonna be Vivi versus Lix for a best of 5, I believe. And yeah, everyone who did not join for the giveaway yet, exclamation mark raffle, you should be in for 3 months of gold Woobly Premium.